Attacks against President Trump, The Wrong Focus, February 25, 2019, by Anna von Reitz. It's no news to my readers that President Trump is acting as president of a foreign, British territorial commercial corporation that is having a hard time staying afloat. Nor is it any news that he is acting exclusively as the commander-in-chief of a territorial United States military junta that has been in power and operating under the Lieber Code, restyled as Hague Conventions, since 1863. So when you hear nasty rumors about President Trump and claims that he is forcing a war with Iran and that he has been compromised by his son-in-law Jared Kushner and that they have film of him bashing in the head of a baby, let me remind you all of the following facts. 1. None of these bad things are happening without a helluva lot of pushing and steaming by war-mongering generals and admirals who have their own agenda and who want to make money the old-fashioned way, which is by going out and plundering and pillaging defenseless people. Therefore, if you want to be intelligent and effective in stopping these evils, refocus the glaring lights on the Pentagon and DoD where all this crapola is coming from. 2. Jared Kushner, who is Jewish, is the president's son-in-law and apparently, he has been a good husband to the president's daughter and a good father to the president's grandchildren. Show some respect for the president and his family and accept the facts of life. If we could accept communists from East Africa in the White House for 8 years, we are nailed down to survive darn near anything else. 3. With all the digital filmmakers' toolboxes available today, you could make a film that makes me look like Loretta Lynn. Or Johnny Cash, for that matter. They could literally make a movie showing me morph into Johnny Cash or a reptilian monster or a space alien. Making a film that seems to show President Trump bashing in a baby's head, or even more monstrous things, is a piece of cake. Don't fall for it. Trump has been up against it both money-wise and from ugly generals and admirals that want their own way like a pack of malevolent 2-year-olds. DoD has been the source of much of the ugly brush applied to the CIA, because the CIA has the goods on these same corrupt generals and admirals. But the CIA and NSA and other civilian agencies are up against it, because they ultimately work for the military. So there's your problem in real life: corrupt generals and U.S. Navy admirals. Their idea of making money is to install a puppet government in Zimbabwe, get the puppet to sign over all the natural resources of the country for less than pennies on the dollar, buy up all the existing Zimbabwean currency and bonds, and become trillionaires themselves when the currency and bonds are revalued and reflect the value of all those minerals. Same thing with the Iraqi dinar. All of Iraq's oil and cultural heritage is to be sacrificed to investors, and Iraq's people are to be shafted, which is why Iran is a problem. Iran doesn't approve of this. Meanwhile, the criminals at the DoD are trying for a currency equivalent to Cinderella. Buy up Iraqi and Zimbabwean junk bonds, because that's what they are, for pennies, and then set things up so that they are suddenly worth gazillions of dollars when they are revalued. They are so set on this idea and have so much of their own pensions and other assets invested in making it happen that they are openly defying Trump, trying to get him to go along with it. Shine the light on them and the Lieber Code and their inexcusable occupation of this country and their abuse of the American states and people that they are under commercial contract to defend. I support our troops and I always have, but we have nests of absolutely worthless, power-mongering, politicized, dishonest, incompetent, and worst of all, disloyal, brass scattered throughout our military, and those people need to be recognized for what they are and drummed out of the service. Double time. Please hit subscribe, like, share, embed, and get ready for many more Anna von Reitz article videos.